Hi there again, everyone. Josie here, Life at 50 and Beyond. Thanks for joining me here in my channel. Today I have a Dollar Tree DIY for you all in a farmhouse style. It's something that you can use all year round. This is also a home decor / organizer. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell icon so that you will not miss any of my new uploads. So let's get on with my DIY. And as usual, I'll be listing all of the items that you will use for this DIY in the description box below. This wonderful wooden signs for fall, and I like that this is made of, chipboard. It's kind of like wood, right? I like the saying also, grateful and blessed, as well as hello fall. But I figured I want to use the back and kind of make it a little bit more neutral, and that you can use all year round. I will be painting this with my Waverly chalk paint. Just gonna use one of them and then save the other one for another project. And then this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna remove this and then paint this portion here. I twisted this to make it horizontal. It's easier to paint that way rather than vertical. So if you notice, I am avoiding this top because I'm going to paint it another color. I plan to paint this either dark elephant gray or black. So that's the reason why I don't really need to put this coat there. If you want to save on your paint. Okay, so I'm going to let this dry for a bit, and then let me just give you a tip, because this one you would need to also paint. Just be careful, especially if you plan on flipping this project or this piece. Okay, I'm just showing you how to carefully paint without really going over to the other sides, so that you don't really mess up the design on the other side in case you want to keep it. In my opinion, for my project, it doesn't matter really if you go over or not, because this is always going to be front facing, meaning the one that I'm doing. But just in case, I'm just showing you a technique where you can just lie down your brush like this instead of up like this, or else the bristles will go over, and then paint it, you will be applying paint in places that you don't want to. So just put it like this. You can either use a sponge or just a brush. Lay it flat like this. Okay, so I'm just giving you a little bit of technique here for fewer mess and better finish. See that? And then look at the other side, it's still clean, right? So I'm just gonna let it dry. Okay, this is now after 2 coats. What I'm gonna do next is I am going to be using this elephant color. This is a chalk paint that I got at Walmart. It's by Waverly. It came, I think it's a dozen or if not 10 in a pack, and this size here. It's perfect for crafters or for DIYs. I'm not even gonna use painter's tape on this one. It doesn't have to be a straight line I'm doing here. If you have really shaky hands, then I would suggest putting some painter's tape. You could see there are still holes there. The reason why I'm painting now before putting anything there, I'm thinking about probably putting a ribbon or a bow or a yarn on top. So I don't want to even bother covering it. But you can either use wood putty to cover these 2 holes where to cover the holes where you remove the yarn from, or the twine, and that should work as well. Because this is farmhouse, the line doesn't have to be straight. So I'm just gonna do this free-handed without the painter's tape. Okay? And again, if you want it to be too neat, then go ahead with the painter's tape. You can use a smaller brush also for detail. Okay. And like the technique I showed you earlier, if you want to kind of cover this also and not leave it like wood finish, you can do that. Use your paint brush lying down like that so that it doesn't have any bleed bleeding on the other side, in case you want this reversible. If you don't, that's fine, but I'm just giving you an extra technique here just in case you want to do something like for wall hanging, or not something similar to mine, because the back I'm going to hot glue it or glue it to something, but just in case you want to do a reversible kind, this is how I do it. Okay, see how clean that is? Nothing there on the other side. While I'm drying up the top, I'm gonna put a little bit of shadowing here. Use this one here, the pointed one, rather than that flathead, that flat brush. So this is more like you're detailing, and then just paint, just kind of dab the excess. Okay, so I'm not too happy with the lines that I created. I'm probably gonna just paint over it with my white paint. You can paint over it. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if you could see, I put in some hot glue here. Let it dry, and then I'm gonna paint it some more. Going ahead and setting that aside, I have another project here. It's just an add-on. This is a ceramic Dollar Tree pumpkin, and I got this in black and white. So what I'm going to try to do is create some kind of a thicker stripe using this same color, my gray, and then I'm going to go ahead and paint every other section. This one, it's black. Okay. Now this is going to be the tricky part here, kind of spacing them. So in order to make it a little bit more even, I'm probably going to start off where I think the center should be. Okay, so I'm just going to use the width of my bristles, you know, my brush, and just kind of eyeball it. Okay. My goal is to make the width of the gray similar to the width of the black here. So the gray here will be the same here and that. So I'm just kind of give an illusion that there is the continuation for the black at the bottom to give the buffalo check look. And then I'm going to do the same here, kind of like at the top. I have these poster stickers. They're all in capital letters. So I'm gonna spell here eat. So Dollar Tree sells this in 3 finishes, in silver, gold, and black. I would have preferred black here. Having it in silver is just fine for me. I'm gonna go ahead and hot glue it here. Okay, so here it is. I'm just propping it up here right now on one of my small table that I use to display things here on our landing. This is where I put also this DIY. I have this on a separate video. If you're new to my channel and you haven't seen this yet, and this whole project cost me only $5 and for the setup. And then I just displayed some of my Dollar Tree items there. But anyway, going back to my DIY today, I'm happy on how it turned out. I left this silver. I'm gonna prop up something there so that you can see it in action when being used as a recipe book. This, along with this, I DIY'd in the same video. You can use that milk jug. I put my wooden utensils, and then, of course, this is my buffalo check sorta pumpkin, because I have a lot of pumpkins that I purchased from last year, so why not just repaint them instead of buying new ones? Might as well use my supplies. This is my own version, and I'm glad that I'm able to pull it off in my way. Let me prop up a cookbook to use for this one. I just propped up my Webster's Pages composition notebook cover, and I have a couple of composition notebooks inside. So I just want to show you, a cookbook will work, and even if it's taller, because there are some cookbooks that are heavy and thick and taller. I mean, look at this, closed, and this is actually 2 inches or 2.5 inches thick already, I guess. And then there's still enough space or room here for bigger, thicker books. Okay, so it's more stable this way rather than just using a plain easel. Having that wood there adds support for the book so it's not wobbly. So yeah, I like it a lot. And again, if I don't have my cookbook and I hide this inside my drawer, like I said, you can use this all year round. You can actually put this to rest, some greenery too, if you want to do it like that. It's not just beautiful, but it's also functional. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video, everyone. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please share to anyone who may be interested in these types of projects. Budget friendly, multifunctional, and practical ideas for your home. Take care, everyone. God bless. Talk to you again on my next video. Bye-bye.